ma'am. In life,
Thank
we
you.
don't have too many
Thank
things,
you, sir.
just a few good moments, and that's all makes us the difference. Thank you very
Yes,
much
sir.
for that for that excellent what I will say compliment, ma'am. Yes, I love to be happy and joyful with everybody. Good evening to Pranesh sir, a person very close to our heart. Good evening to LDS Jadhav sir, a great principal, a good friend of mine, and we also have we are all co-principals. And of course, very good evening to Zubin sir. I don't think he needs any more mention from me, and all the respected teachers who are present over here. Again, I am grateful to Confederation of Jharkhand Sahodayas. I am grateful to all the Sahodayas of PAKUR, GODDA, Dumka, that they are recognizing me and giving me the opportunity to discuss something in front of you all. Actually, this is how we all learn, you know. Sometimes I learn from you, sometimes you learn from me, and that's what education is all about. And as we all know that this training, that is the online ongoing training programs, online, offline, that we are having, these are very, very important for us. Very, very important. And in each and every training program, we are learning something. And as you all know, that learning is a never-ending process. So let us continue to learn, and let us all learn together. Before I move forward, let me tell you that I am not an expert. Neither I have too much knowledge about everything. But whatever little bit I have been able to gather, I'll just present in front of you. And at the end, if you want to add something, you are most welcome, because that's very, very important. So here we go with content and time management. Basically, it is actually called time management. Let's see what is there. Well, right now we can see in this slide, or in this, we can see that there are a lot of clocks. There are a lot of clocks, and one gentleman is cleaning one of the clocks, and the different clocks are showing different time. Actually, to be very honest with you all, as you all know that the old proverb which says that time and tide waits for none, it's absolutely true and holds the meaning till today also. Yes, time is something that will not stop. Everything in the world will stop for you for some time. But time is something which cannot stop. It will flow on like the river flows. Even sometimes the river can also be controlled if you want to construct something on the river. But we cannot control time. It has only to be managed. And for us teachers, for us who are in the profession, in this profession, or I rather call it as a vocation, those who are in this particular vocation of education, in the teaching learning process, for us, time management holds tremendous importance. Every second, every minute, every hour counts for us. If you recollect your own school days, if you just go back 20 years from now and recollect your school days, and just imagine for a few seconds how you maintained yourself during those days. Everything was in a rush. At 7 o'clock, get up, brush your teeth, put on your clothes, have a little bit of breakfast, rush to the school. In the school, each and every class we have to attend without making any compromise here and there. Again, back from school, again a little bit of playing. So, and that cycle still moves on and on and on. So that is why even today, when we are working, when we are in this profession, when we are delivering our information that we possess with us to our students in the classroom, when we are felicitating them, and we are facilitating them also. We are felicitating them for their good work, and we are facilitating them with whatever information we have, where we are maintaining time a lot, and we need to maintain it. It is a very, very wonderful task of managing the time. Those of us who can manage it and maintain it, we all come out with flying colors. And of course, we all are coming out in that way. Each one of you is maintaining, but here a little more brushing up of what you exactly you are doing. Okay, so let's see. Time management. Now you can see in this particular, whatever I was just now talking about, okay, this is what time management is all about in a nutshell. If you see this particular illustration, if you see this particular slide, if you see it very carefully, you see that everything we are doing over here is doing under certain periods of time throughout the day. Now, just a few of you, I just want, not all of you, those of you, if you can write a definition of time management in your chat boxes. Arvind sir, can you enable the chat box for some time, sir, for a few minutes? So let us see what our participants feel about time management, what exactly the prior knowledge they have about time management, or how exactly they do it. Please write a definition of time management.
It is enabled. Chat box is enabled.
No. Okay, respected teachers, just in simple way. It's not that you have to be very, very perfect about it. Whatever you feel about time management, you just write 1 line, 2 line, 1 word also if you write, that will also be helpful. So that we will know that exactly where we are standing. Just for 1 or 2 minutes, you can use it. After that, we will have a discussion again. So if we can have the chat boxes, sir. Till now, I cannot see anyone writing anything about time management.
Sir, you have to go to your Google Meet, and there you can see, sir.
Achha, I have to go back to Google Meet.
Yes, Google Meet only. You are in the presentation.
Right, sir. Okay, so I have to go back over there, no, sir?
Yes, so directly you can go.
Achha, right. Sir,
press window D, sir. Press window D.
Window D. Just a minute. Let me see, sir, if I can.
Everything will be minimized, and now you go to the Google Meet.
Okay, sir. Let me try if I can see. Otherwise, I will move forward. I'll have that later. I will have a discussion about this. Let me see, sir. Yes. Let me see if how to manage in classroom. Okay, it helps to get our work easily done. Okay, I understand that. Right, means to do every work at proper. Beautiful, excellent. We are getting good result now. Yes, time management is the coordination of tasks and activities to maximize the effectiveness of individual. Fantastic. Inspire Academy of Commerce. I don't know who is that gentleman, but that's a very good definition. Planning of inside and outside. Wonderful. Planning of inside and outside. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so we have got a clear-cut idea. Again, I'm going back to the presentation. Okay, I'm coming back to the presentation. So it is visible, sir, presentation? Arvind, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right, sir. So just now I have got some information. Some are saying it is inside out management. Some are saying managing and planning everything. Okay, so in a nutshell, all of you are correct. But let us see what we have over here. Okay, what is time management? In a layman's language, in a simple language, the language that you and I use, time management refers to managing time effectively so that the right time is allocated to the right activity. So in a very simple way, and this is exactly what we all are doing. Time management refers to managing time effectively so that the right time is allocated to the right activity. Yes. Time, as I have told, it will just go on moving. We cannot control it. You and me cannot hold back time and say, no, we'll let it stop here for some time and we will let ourselves be comfortable with it and then only we'll move forward. No, it is not like that. So that is why time management refers to managing time effectively. Effectively means result-oriented. The time that you will use, whatever you will do, you will get a result out of it, so that the right time is allocated to the right activity. A very good example is the classes, the lectures that we have in our schools. See, for each and every lecture, we have 40-minute duration, isn't it? No? Within that 40 minutes, we maintain everything. So, right time is allocated for that right activity. So, in life also, it is like that. So, time management refers to managing time effectively so that the right time is allocated to the right activity. This is in simple the definition of time management. Okay, let's move forward and see what else we have. Why do we need time management? What's the big deal about it? Life is for relaxation. Na? I will move life according to my ways and means. I will do things according to my ways and means. Why do I need time management? What the big deal about it? Let time flow. Time is flowing. That is time's problem. I will live life according to me. Can we think like this, respected teachers? Can you really feel like this if you want to live in this world, in this competitive world? No, we cannot. We cannot think it like this. We need to manage time. So why do we need time? Time management. We need time management to save time first. We cannot waste time. We have to save time to reduce stress. Now, how can we reduce stress? Time management, time itself is something stressful, some people say. How can it reduce stress? If we are doing the right work within the right frame of time, then our work is complete. We are happy. We are successful. We are stress-free. So it helps us to reduce the stress. Time management helps us to reduce the stress if we do our work in right time. You are supposed to get your classes, final examinations, results ready, say by 25th of March. By 27th of March, you are supposed to present the results to the children. If you are maintaining it in a proper way, by 25th March, you are ready. You have put your results and everything in the principal's office. You are relieved. But if you are wasted, if you have wasted the time, if you have just moved here and there and suddenly you are in the rush on 25th and at the 11th hour you give, then you will be in stress. So that is why time management is written in a very simple language that we generally follow in the schools, isn't it now? To function effectively. Third point is to function effectively. Yes. If we are managing time, if we are reducing our stress, we will function effectively. Result-oriented work will be there. Everybody will be happy with the work. First, the person himself or herself and those who are associated with that particular project or work or whatever it is. So to function effectively, to increase our work output, a good worker, an excellent worker, a perfect worker will always work before time. There's a saying that work done in time is much more appreciated than great work done ahead out of time. So if you are supposed to place something to your principal, say by 3 p.m. in the evening, if you present it at 2:50 to 55 p.m., it's okay. But if you have decorated the work, if you have garnished the work and you are presenting it at 5 p.m. in the evening, it's of no value. It's useless. You have failed as a time manager. So that is why it helps us to function effectively with results. It increases our work output. To have more control over our job responsibilities. Yes. If we are maintaining time, if we are controlling time, if we are managing time, if we are doing our work in proper time, our responsibilities will be in our control. We'll have more control over our job and our responsibilities, and we will be certified as good workers. We will be certified as responsible people who can do the work in the right time to give the right result. So this is why, respected teachers, we need time management. Once again, this page is very, very important. To save time, first of all, if we can save time, we can use it for something else. To reduce stress. Stress is something that kills us internally, that kills us externally, in and out. Somebody's health some time ago. Time management is managed. So this is what exactly it works. To function effectively, result-oriented function should be there. Our work output will be more, and we will become much more responsible with our jobs, with our work, with our responsibilities, and we will be certified as good workers. That's what each and every organization in the world needs. So respected teachers, follow this. you will be the winner. Let's say a little more. How to use time effectively? Okay, so far we are discussing this, that effectively, it will reduce stress. How we can use time effectively? All of you are doing it, knowingly or unknowingly, all of you are doing the same thing, but a little bit of brushing up. First of all, effective planning is important. Whatever work we do, we need to plan it. Without planning, everything will be a wastage of time. If you take this training program, let's not stretch far away here and there. Let us just take this training program that is going on in our Sahodayas, starting right from the day one when the first 5-hour program was done. Okay, 5-hour training program, the offline one we had 2-3 offline programs, then online program. But see how smoothly and effortlessly the work is done. No, there is no confusion, there is no chaos, there is no backbiting, there is no leg pulling. Nothing wrong is going on. Everything is going in a very effective way. Why? Because the planning is perfect. The leadership is working over here in a very, very objective way to reach the goal, the target. And because of this effective planning, we are coming out successfully. 3 important 5-hour program was conducted with Ninch, and now this 5-hour online has been conducted and completed. Last year also we did. So effective planning is very important. How to use that? First of all, go for effective. Whatever we'll do, we'll go for planning. Setting goals and objectives. Again, if you take the example of this training program, we have certain goals and objectives. We have made it clear that we will complete 25 hours of in-house training program effortlessly, and we are doing it. That is our objective in our classrooms, in our day-to-day life, in our work, in our family life. We set up goals. Within this time, I will finish up my this work. At this particular age, I will purchase my car. At this particular age, I will save a little bit of money for my family. At this particular age, I will save enough money so that I can take my families for tours and outsides. So setting goals is important. Setting deadlines. If we become a little more professional, if you want to be, then we will set deadlines. Within this date, I will be able to do it. If we can go to that much. Delegation of responsibilities, distribution of responsibilities, prioritizing of activities as per their importance, making a list of work according to their importance. Priority should be given to those work which are much more important than the one which may be valuable, but at that particular moment they may not be that much of importance. So priorities should be given to activities according to their importance, and spending right time on the right activity. The final point, spending the right time on the right activity. Unfortunately, somewhere I read when I was in class 12, there was a prose written by Aldous Huxley where he said that, although he was a bit biased on that, that wasting time or waiting or wasting time for some people is a hobby. And so for some people, it's a pain. So that is why it's important. Spending the right time on the right activity. Whatever activity we are doing and how much time we have decided to do it, we should spend it on that activity only without beating around the bush here and there. A top-notch professional doesn't do these things. So that doesn't do what? Doesn't waste time. A top-notch professional follows this. Effective planning, setting goals and objectives, setting deadlines, delegation of responsibilities, that is giving the responsibility, distributing the responsibilities to others so that the work can be done. Like say, for example, this training program is, I will always say, this entire conduction of this training program is a unique time planning work. Time management is working over here like anything. Giving values to those works which are much more important, prioritizing the activities as per their importance, and spending the right time on the right activity. So this is how we can use time effectively. Try it. I'm sure you will get it. Little more. Now, the process of time management starts with what? The process of time management starts with what? First of all, it costs your time. Your time is valuable. Time is money, they say. The professionals working over there, they count money for every second, every minute they spend on their work. Cost your time. Making activity logs, how you will do it, when you will going to do it. Goal setting. We have goals. Within this time, I will achieve this goal. Within this time, I will achieve this goal. By this time, everything will be finalized. Again, back to planning, prioritizing, and scheduling. Everything is actually a total plan work. So beforehand, whenever we start anything, we have to do this planning work. If we can, we will be able to manage time properly. Costing your time. Now, just now I said, this costing, cost your time. Just now I was discussing that there are top-notch professionals around the world who count every second of their time according to their values, how much money they take. There are this what you call talk show people. There are these motivators. There are these public speakers who have tremendous value for their time. So understand your true value by calculating your cost per year. Okay, let us. This is just an example. Okay, it's not that it goes out in this way. While I was going through this time management work and all, I found that this page to be very, very important. That's why I put it in front of you. Understand your value, your true value by calculating your cost per year. So cost per year is equal to salary plus taxes plus office space plus office equipment plus profit you generate. In case of ours, the office is replaced by school. Okay. And calculate your hourly rate, cost per year divided by work per year. If you can do this by yourself, then you will know what is your value, know where you stand. So your salary plus how much taxes you are paying plus how much time you are taking, how much space you are taking in the school, what are the equipments you are using, and the profit that you are generating for the school. If you add all these things, then cost per year divided by work per year. Okay, the number of hours you are working. If we have say 220 working days, now how for that 220 days multiplied by the number of hours you are working, and you will get work per hour per year, and that you divide and you will get your stat. This is a time-tested formula by which you can understand your value as far as time is concerned. Pure mathematics. Making activity logs. We have just now discussed the activity logs. Now, these activity logs, they help in making a realistic estimate of the time spent during the day on job orders. Every day we are doing work. We are teaching the students. We are giving them assessments. We are correcting their assessments. We are taking them for experiential learning. So making a realistic estimate of the time, how much time we spend during that day on the whatever job we do in the schools. Pinpoint the critical areas. You have to write down all these things so that you can manage the time. Pinpoint the critical areas, time spent on low value jobs. Now, sometime in the schools, what happened on low value jobs over here means what? Yeah, it is in general, it is coming. Like when you are teaching in the classroom, when you are teaching something very serious, a new concept, then it's a very high level area. It's a very critical area. And there is nothing called low value jobs. Okay, although it is a way of saying, but for us, there is nothing called low value jobs. But yes, revising the chapters and all, which we have already taught and made the students understand, they can be the ones where we can spend a little less time on it. Okay. So their value may go down because we have already taught them everything. Okay. So it is just revision and everything. So that can be taken. And find the high yielding time of our day. High yielding means exactly that particular time when you have done something unique in the class, some new concept, some difficult concepts you have taught the students, and how much time you have taken in order to make the children understand. Okay. So this is the activity log, the work that we do. We find out how we have utilized that time and how the result we are coming out getting. Okay. This seems to be a bit complicated. This seems to be a bit complicated. But if we practice it, in one go, in two go, if we just go on practicing it, then we can make our log books or our activity logs perfect. So I will discuss once again. Make a realistic estimate of the time spent during the day on job orders. Job orders over here means the order that we have from our principal. Whatever work we have to do, which subject we will teach, which part we will teach, which new concept we will give. We will pinpoint the crucial areas, especially those areas, those new parts that we have taught to the children, the new concepts we have given, and how many of them have understood it. Okay, it's not so easy to do it in one go. It takes time, but at least in your classroom, if you are having 40 students, and if 20 students or 25 students tell you that yes sir or yes ma'am, whatever you have just now taught, I have understood it, means result is coming. You are very much on the threshold of the critical area, and you have passed. And also a little bit discussion on the work that you have already done it. That doesn't need that much of time and that much of what you call strength or energy to spend on it, which professionally they are calling it as low value jobs, but I don't think there is anything called as low value jobs. All jobs are jobs, important jobs. Finding the high yielding time of our day, and after doing everything, how much yield, what result we are getting. That is, everything depends upon the result. Today's world wants result. So this is how you will do the activity logs. Okay, it's a time management technique, a time management tool. Goal setting. How we will set our goals. Setting lifetime goals help you to chart your life course on your career path. We all have a lifetime goal, no? At this particular age, we will pass class 10, then class 12, then we'll go for graduation. If you want to go for post-graduation, if you want to go for the professional studies. So, and each and every phase, we have a goal. So, setting lifetime goals helps us to chart your life course and your career path. Break up your lifetime goal into smaller goals. So, we have a long list of goals, but then we will break them into smaller goals. Suppose I am doing my graduation. At the time of graduation, I want to make sure that in this particular subject, I score this much, so that my value for that particular subject should be much more when I will use it in my career. Very difficult task. It doesn't happen so easily, but it can be done. So break off your lifetime goal into smaller goals. Once we have crossed the academic goals or academic life, then we go for the career path, where we want to earn money. We want to get married, we want to have children, we want to have our small luxuries in life, we want to buy a car, we want to buy a refrigerator first, then a car, and then a tour, and so on and so on. So break off your lifetime goals into smaller goals. That is goal setting. Make a daily to-do list. We have to make a daily to-do list. I have seen many people making this to-do list. We all do it. You teachers are doing it every day. We teachers are doing, rather we teachers are doing every day. What is to-do list that we have? The lesson plan that we have with us, that is a to-do list for us. We revise and update. So revise and update your list on daily basis and judge your performance. At the end of the day, after we have finished school, what we do? We look through that assessment book, the daily plan book of ours, the log book of ours, in whichever name we call it. And we try to analyze before we submit it to principal for checking. But let me see how much I have done today and how much really I have achieved. We judge our performance. So goal setting is something which is very important for managing our time. A person without an ambition, a person without a goal is useless. Life is not always the way we think, happy-go-lucky guy type. When we have come into this world, when we are doing something, we must have some standards, some benchmarks, so that when we leave this world, at least 2 generations should remember that there was somebody called something like this. That's what goal setting is all about. Generations remembers Mahatma Gandhi, generations remember Jawaharlal Nehru, generations are remembering Subhash Chandra Bose, and many more. Well, we may not be like them, but definitely we can have a little bit of quality of these people. Goal setting is very, very important, respected teachers, respected learned people. It is important. It's a tool for time management. Planning. Again and again, this planning is the life is all about planning. Draw an action plan, a list of things that need to be done to achieve your goals. We all need to do planning. If planning is done, 50% of time management is under your control. I bet on this. Prioritizing. Okay. Priorities should be given. Make a to-do list. Okay. Make a to-do list. This I have to do, that I have to do. Consider the value of the task before to do it. Which is more important? Correcting the notebooks for tomorrow's submission or revising the chapter, which I will teach tomorrow. Among them, which is more important? You have to decide by yourself. It is your decision. If you think that no, tomorrow I have given a word to the children that I will correct their papers or I will correct their notebooks and I'll give it to them so that they will find out what exactly they are doing, then you do that work first. After that, you revise the chapter that you want to teach in the classroom. So make a to-do, consider the value of the task before to do it, which is much more important and valuable. It is worth spending your time and company resources. Okay. I mean, that's what they say. Prioritize your task. The most important job should be completed first, followed by the other jobs, which I have just now told. If tomorrow submission of the notebooks is the most important one, which you will decide whether it is important or not, then you complete that first, and then you revise the chapter that you want to teach. Because correction of notebooks and papers take more time, more attention, more deep inner thoughts than revising the chapter. So that should be given much more important, because we have promised the children that we will give them the notebooks tomorrow, and children wait eagerly when they are promised about the results of their work. For us teachers, this is how we should do the things. Scheduling or scheduling. Okay, the pronunciation is different in different ways. Make a realistic estimate of how much you can do it. Don't go for daydreaming. Don't live in a world of fantasy. Be realistic, be practical, be to the point. Make a realistic estimate of how much you can do it. If you can correct 25 notebooks in the best possible way, make it 25, don't make it 50. Otherwise, you will make a mess out of it. So be very realistic with your approach. In our profession, daydreaming doesn't work in today's world. In our profession, in our vocation, daydreaming doesn't work. We have to be very, very realistic, because with the changing needs of the education system, we have to be much more practical, much more updated, much more to the point, rather than beating around the bush. Specific. Remember that smart teachers make smart schools? You have to be very, very realistic. Plan to make the best use of the available time. Time will flow. Time will not wait. So plan it in that way. Now, how you will plan it depends upon you. Where you will use your insights and foresights, your work experience, and your ability to think out of the box to make sure that you use the time in the best possible way. Preserve some contingency time to deal with unexpected jobs. Yes, that is why it is said that if we can finish a particular job before time, then the surplus time we have within that time frame can be used for some unexpected job. Let's take, for example, your principal, respected teachers, your principal has asked you to make a project on how the children are speaking in English in the school campus. You have been given a work to do, and you have been given a particular time. Say you have been given 20 hours to complete this. 20 hours. Now 20 hours, you have to divide it according to the number of days you will be working in the school, and you are doing your work. You are doing your research. You are meeting the children, you are talking to them, you are talking to various teachers of the school, other staff members, you are watching the children, how they are talking, you are taking information. While you are doing all these things and you are ready with the project, you are ready with the final report, and you are about to present to your principal. Principal has given you, it's like a turnkey job. Within 20 hours, you have to finish it. Now, if you suddenly, while you are presenting, you are about to present, you realize that you missed one finer detail. You missed whether the children are speaking in English, okay, but in which type of English they are speaking. Are they using the American style of speaking, or they are using the British style of speaking, the European style, or the Indian style? This you never did. You have just done the work on they are speaking English or not. You want to be more specific with it to your principal. Now, if you have, while doing this, if you have saved a little bit of time, you can again do a little bit of calculation from what you have heard and what you have kept in your mind, and you can place it. But if you have not, if you have avoided that, then maybe you will not be able to give those unexpected parts of the work. So preserve some contingency time to deal with unexpected jobs. Always have at least 1 or 2 hours before. I mean, whatever time you have, keep some time within yourself so that you can add on to something. Minimize stress by avoiding over. Do the things in the right time. Don't waste your time. Don't use your time for unnecessary things. Otherwise, that will stress you. So minimize stress by avoiding overcommitment by yourself and others. Do what you can do. Overcommitment is a foolishness. If you just tell somebody, yeah, I can do it, you know you can do only 25%. And in order to get your name in front of everybody, if you say, no, I can do it 100%, 50% of it, it's nothing but sheer stupidity. So a professional, a person with a practical approach, a realistic person will always do that much which he or she thinks it is within their grip. Don't overstress yourself. Otherwise, problem will be there. And if problem starts, one will be followed by other, and so on and so forth. And finally, what will happen? Everything will become a mess. Don't do it. So once again, make a realistic estimate of how much you can do it. Plan to make the best use of the available time, because time will not wait for you. Time and tide waits for none. Again, preserve some extra time if you can. Suddenly, you may need some extra job to do, and minimize the stress by avoiding overcommitment. Whatever you can do with that much. To be honest with you, in my life, I have never made overcommitments. I don't know, it happened. I just always used to tell my principal that I will be able to do this much, madam, and after that I will again do it in the next. In that way, things could be done. Okay, this is just a simple example. Okay, please. Achieve your goals. Make time management your tools for success. Be your own judge and your own motivator. We feel very happy if we are motivated by others. We feel very happy when somebody makes a compliment, like in the beginning of this program, TK Sinha sir made a compliment. He said that I expect a good training program from him. Well, at the end only sir will say what he will give his judgment. Madam said he's a very joyful man. Okay, these are very good motivating words. It gives lot. But at the same time, you be your own judge also. Pat yourself on your back. Clap for yourself. Feel happy for yourself if you are doing a good work. And you can understand, if you have been able to make your children understand, and as I said, out of 40 students in a class, if 25% raise their hand and say, Madam, I have understood. Madam, I have understood. What a wonderful teaching it was. Pat your back. Clap for yourself and say, yes, I am the best. It's not an attitude. It's not something to show off. It is that feeling which will motivate you to do better next time. Do it. Be your own judge. You will achieve your goals. You are achieving the goals and you will achieve your goals much more. You will be on target. Use your time wisely. These are some of the great people who have given us great information about time, and we should know them. Time is what we want most, but what we use worst. Yes, William Penn, writer, lyricist, he said, time is what we want most. We all want time. Time. Give me a little bit of time, and it is the one which we use as the worst. The common man is not concerned about the passage of time. The man of talent is driven by it. Yes. Schopenhauer, this is said by Schopenhauer, another man of literature world. Schopenhauer said, the common man is not concerned about the passage of time, but the man of talent is driven by it. Yes. A person who has talent, a talented person will be pushed by time to be. Common man, okay, relaxation. Happy-go-lucky guy types man. No? There's a saying in English which says that hard work without talent is a shame. Hard work without talent is a shame. But talent without hard work is a tragedy. So, but the talented people, they are always driven by time, and the common man doesn't. It's a very, very important, quotation with tremendous deep meaning within it. The key is not spending time, but in investing it. Stephen R. Covey, a man from the scientific world, because scientists always talk in this way, you know. The key is not in spending time. How much time you have spent on it, that's not important. How much you have invested in it. If you go and tell your principal, madam or sir, I have spent, 30 hours in doing this particular work. And the principal will ask, okay, what is the result? What percentage of success is there? Well, sir, it is 50%. Oh, what you have done. If it was 90%, I would have definitely taken it that you have really invested on the time. You have spent the time over there. Mr. Sen, my principal will tell me if I go and tell like this, Mr. Sen, you have simply spent the time. You have not invested the time. 50% result is no result. I expected 90% from you. If I am saying something like that. Okay. So these are the ways by which we can use time properly. Make use of time. Let not advantage slip. Yes, opportunities if you are getting, please use the opportunities properly. Don't let the advantage slip out of your hand. This is said by William Shakespeare. Please don't let the time slip out of your hand. Don't let the opportunity go out. Don't let the advantage slip out. You make use of the time. And the way Shakespeare used the time, we all know. It's history. He worked at various levels, in various positions, and went on to become one of the most successful writer of all times. Till date, English is incomplete without a Shakespeare study. So use your time wisely. Situations become odd if you don't manage time. See, if you don't manage time, then these are the things that can happen. Like you lost my exit plan. See, this man, he was not using the time properly. So like that, this child or this gentleman, whatever, this is a gentleman. He has no planning, nothing, and he is all pissed off. Or this man, he doesn't know what to do. Time is just spending. He's here, he's standing. Another man trying to control the time. And if we don't manage time, then our work will pile up and we'll be overloaded with work. And finally, we just fall down. So before that happens, let us manage the time properly with all the facts that we have seen. And definitely, I'm sure we will be able to be successful in our life. So manage your time properly. and keep smiling. If you can manage your time, you will keep smiling. And if you keep smiling, life will be happy. Thank you very much. This is exactly what that small discussion we had about time management. Content and time management means actually time management. Okay, if we will be content if we have the time management with us. So respected teachers, this is exactly what I wanted to discuss with you. And if you have any questions or anything, you can ask. And you can also, if you don't have any question right now, you can write to me. Okay, my email address is given over there. I think many of you know it, but still, once again, for your need, my email address is over here, jitsensen1@gmail.com. You can telephone me also. You can call me till 8:30 p.m. I take calls. After that, of course, I don't take calls. So this is all about time management in a very short and sweet way. And I'm sure definitely today we have learned something out of it. It's all about planning and maintaining. That's all. So now you'll see the chat box. If anybody has any question to ask, you can ask. I have another 10 minutes. And just one more part I want to discuss a little bit before we go for the question and answer session. That is making activity logs. This is something which is very, very important for us, for teachers, on how we can spend the time, on how, or rather how we can invest that time. Okay, make realistic, I will repeat this once again. Make realistic estimate of the time spent during the day on job orders. Whatever orders we have to do, whatever work we have to do, whatever work we have planned, we have to be very, very realistic about it. In schools, in this modern days of the schools, we just simply cannot waste time. No gossiping, no undue discussion, no unnecessary work, only realistic work which will add value to the organization. We will pinpoint the critical areas. Critical areas means those areas where we have achieved something different, which seem to be difficult to achieve, but we have been able to. And also how much time we have spent on that particular job, whose value has not definitely decreased, but compared to that one which you are doing at that moment, that new work, the old one is a little bit valueless. But still we have to take care of that. Okay. And finding the high yielding time of our day, how much result we have given. New working styles will come in this way. New systems will work in this way. This is something which I wanted to let you know once again, making activity logs. It takes time, but it can be done. And the definition once again, time management refers to managing time effectively so that right time is allocated to the right activity. This is in a very common man's language. Okay, time management is, I'm not going into all those hi-fi details about the time management definitions that people give, all those learned people over there gives. It is your and my language, and the definitions that I received in the chat box, and those definitions were also fantastic. In and out, somebody wrote managing in and out. That really hit me hard. I will remember that for the rest of my life. Or that particular definition, time management, doing the right thing, from that gentleman, career point or something like career organization. They are those two definitions, and many more definitions I got, which I will definitely keep in my mind, and I will add them when I will use it in the next training program. Okay, Arvind sir, with this, sir, we have come to the end of the presentation. Now the chat box is open and the question answer session or the open house is there. If anybody wants to ask anything, or else.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Once again, you have given a wonderful session. Now, I would like to call Sina sir, Chairman JKSM Sahodaya. Please, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Surajit Sen, resource person of today and CBSE person. Very wonderful presentation regarding time management. But I would like to, may I permit to say something regarding time management now?
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. Yes, sir, please, sir.
सीधी सी बात ये आती है ये time management we teachers have to follow. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Before going to the class, teachers has to prepare themselves within 40 minutes or 35 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever so. कहाँ से मैं शुरू करूं और कहाँ खत्म करके बेस पे वापस आऊं. He will be the good teacher. If not, आज नहीं कल इसको खत्म करेंगे. Teacher by chance. A good teacher always maintain it from where to start and where to come back.
Right, sir.
That this is the main thing of the time management.
Right, sir.
It is because after going to the class, if it is the first period or whatever so, you will take the attendance, copy correction, discussions, homework, classwork. 15 minutes passed. Rest 25 minutes, you will start the new topic. After start the new topic, you have to come back further on that point.
Exactly.
I am a science person, that's why I am telling you. Return back is the main thing for the class. So for that purpose, the time management is very much important for a particular teacher.
Right,
A
sir.
lot of principals are also here. Principals also have their time management. Only they have their CBSE, not only the CBSE work, government work, CBSE works, teachers problem, management problem, government problem, lot of things are there. So time management, whatever Surajit sir presented today, very beautiful. But with this proverb, I am going to finish. Time and tide wait for none.
Exactly, sir. Exactly, sir. Exactly.
Thank you all. Now I hand over it to Arvind for vote of thanks by B. Mohanty sir. Over
Thank
to
you,
Arvind.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to call B. Mohanty, sir, Principal, Delhi Public School, Kapur. Sir, please.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes,
Am
sir.
I
You are
audible?
very much audible, sir. Yes.
So that was a wonderful presentation indeed from our ex-resource person and opening batsman, Mr. Surajit Sen.
Sorry.
As in the first session, Juvin sir said he is our opening batsman. So I'm just quoting him. So with this, we come to an end of the second phase of in-house training. I take this opportunity to pay our respects to Mr. Juvin Bose, our CEO and Secretary, Confederation of Jharkhand Sahodayas, Mr. T.K. Sinha, President, Confederation of Jharkhand Sahodayas, Mr. Pranesh Solomon sir, Chairman, GODDA PAKUR SAHEBGANJ Sahodaya Complex, Mr. Pradipta Mukherjee, Chairman, Dumka Jamtara Sahodaya, Mrs. Anna Mark, Secretary, Women's Cell, Mr. LDS Yadav, Vice Chairman. So, coming back to this 5-day session, which started with blended learning, we had some basic ideas regarding blended learning, but it was until Mr. Sen presented this session that we came to know so many new things and a total new horizon opened. And the second session, essential components of a lesson plan. I thought I knew many things about this lesson plan until Mrs. Anna Mark presented this soccer, or you may say the googly, our way. She presented so many new aspects and informations in such a well-organized manner that at the end of the session, it made me conclude that I actually knew so less. Thanks, ma'am, for enlightening us. The third session was gamification of learning by Dr. Subhasri Sarkar. There were technical glitches along the way, but she managed to overcome this so gracefully and finish it in such a nice manner that this could be one of those, I thought this could be one of those unplanned situations that comes our way to teach something that we never expected. How to handle uh, a disadvantageous situation in a manner as if we are games. So that was some undeclared aspect of this gamification of learning. Apart from that, she presented a lot of technical and theoretical informations. Thanks, ma'am, for this. Then the next session was understanding gender and their relationships. It is such a delicate topic that we all needed to know all those informations that Mr. Badal Kumar Mandal, Principal, JM Public School Secretary, JKSM Sahodaya Schools Complex, he presented. Before this, let me mention that gamification of learning was presented by Dr. Subhasri Sarkar. Now, the last program today, content and time management, again by Mr. Surajit Sen. That was the finishing touch, and it was indeed, as Mrs. Anna Mark again commented, that it was a power-packed program. So, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the learned principals, STNCs, teachers, for adding their precious hours of training and enriching themselves in the process. This is definitely going to enrich the students in the long run. I would like to thank Arvindji, our technical in charge, Mr. Kamal Kumar Thakur, for organizing things so well. And last but not the least, my thanks to all your family members, respected teachers and principals who are in the background and whose undeclared emotional support helps you to be there and make you stand against a host of challenging situations. And I thank all those people who have been in the background and helped this program make a success. Thank you all again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It was a wonderful speech of yours. Definitely, we have learned a lot from that also. We just 2 minutes I will take, sir. One gentleman, Muhammad Fayazuddin, has asked how to manage time in exam hall. Now, Mr. Fayazuddin, sir, if you are taking it in the context of a student who is taking the exam, and then how he will manage the time in the exam hall. Well, the simple technique that we all follow and we all tell our students to follow is first read the question paper thoroughly from top to bottom. For that, time is allotted 10 minutes, 15 minutes. During those 10 or 15 minutes, one should not think of anything else except the paper and the words written on the paper. Now, after this, after reading the paper, the student should take a pencil and mark those questions which the student think he knows instantly. It can be question number 1, it can be question number 7, it can be question number 9, so on and so forth. And after that, the next one. Next ones which the student is not so comfortable with, he can give a time letter to them. So once those questions, those answers which are within his fingertips are there with the student should spend time writing them and writing them to the point correctly so that the student can fetch great marks over there. Those answers which are not concrete with the student, which are not very clear cut, but the student have ideas, the next part of the time should be utilized for that. Whatever time is left should be given, because if anything that the student writes leads to the answer, I'm talking about leads, anything means you just cannot write anything you feel like writing. If that leads to the correct answer, the student will score marks. So, sir, the priority first is write down the answers of those questions which are very much clear and concrete with the student. Next priority should be given. So priorities are very important over here. Okay, this is how we can manage the time. Otherwise, there are various other ways also which we can talk about. Okay, this is something that I found this question. And one more question I have over here, I think. Okay, yes. Okay, I hope you are satisfied with the answer. And yeah, that's the only question I found. And we have one message from Madam Shrestita Chandra. She's writing that time management is absolute engagement for students and be exactly finishing the work given in the correct execution. Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Definitely for the students, and the same thing holds for us teachers also. Yes, ma'am, that's a good one, because I found this interesting. That's why I wanted to discuss with everybody. And our Madam Anna Mark says to prioritize our tasks to complete. Yes, that should be the motto of ours every day, that whatever task we start, we should complete it. That's what time management is all about. Okay, thank you all. Thank you very much for being with me and for being with all of us. Okay, it was a wonderful learning session. I have also learned a lot. I have learned a lot from TK Sinha sir. Sir just now gave us good examples of time management, and that wonderful speech from B. Mohanty sir. Vibhudatta Mohanty sir is always a very inspiring man. Whenever I meet him, he always gives me some important tips on how to move with time, how to move with life, how to move with education. If I am making some mistakes, he just corrects me, and I love to be corrected by him. A wonderful person, a great human being, and of course, all of you are also same. Thank you, sir, for those valuable suggestions, sir. Sinha sir, thank you very much for those valuable suggestions. Mohanty sir, Anna Mark ma'am, Anna Mark ma'am, if you are there, ma'am, just I want to again thank you very much for your patience of listening and those beautiful comments that you have made in the chat box. These are the ones that give me the impetus, or rather give us the impetus to move forward and to present our best. Thank you. Arvind sir, can I remove myself now, because I have to again prepare for the
Yes,
next session?
yes, sir. Please proceed. Participants, attendance link is in the chat box. Please go through that and fill up on the time. Thank you. Thank you very much.